Hello, this is Spinny94 here, and today we're bringing you another Pokemon battle against Jim, or aka Greninja, who I versed on my live stream the other day. It was a pretty good live stream, thank you for everyone who rocked up to that. So this is a UU battle, as I say, I'm rocking my pretty stereotypical UU team at this point. So he's going to lead off with his Darmanitan, and I'm going to lead off with my Zapdos. Very stupid play I make right in the start here, as you're about to see. Of course this thing is scarfed and just decided to go for a Flare Blitz straight off the bat, and that is just going to destroy Zapdos there and there. So that is not good for me, using a very key player very early on, because Zapdos is quite important to this team. So I did decide to go with a Steel Wheel here, as this thing is going to unfortunately switch out, but I did predict the switch and I decided just sod it, I'm going to go straight for a knockoff. So knockoff is going to hit this Bigfoot in, and I'm going to get rid of its life orb, which is the case of thank God for that. At least I'm not going to be getting more damages to him. It's a shame because I wouldn't mind the extra damage on this thing over time, but what are you going to do? So I just decided to go for a Yawn here, but I know the Truant's going to kick in, and this is going to give me enough time to set up Stealth Rocks. So with them Stealth Rocks set up, I'm like, okay, at least he hasn't got any Rapid Spinners or anything like that, or at least what I can see on his team, so that's good for me. So he just decided to go for a Hammer On. That's going to do a good chunk of damage to me. As this thing, of course, is going to take some speed reduce and some Rocky Helmet damage, as Samson is just going to be asleep. So at this point I decide, you know what, sod it, it's time to switch out. At least he can't hurt me this turn. I'm going to switch into my fighting type, which is my Lucario here. Lancelot is going to be able just to come in there like the Gritty Knight that he is, and of course just finish off this Bigfoot for good. So I am going to take some defense drops, but that is not going to bug me too much, as this thing is good and gone. So I'm like, okay, at least I can make use of that. Lucario, very good heavy hitter when I need it to be. So in comes this Sceptile here. I'm like, ah, crap. So it's going to take a little bit of Stealth Rocks damage. I'm like, I can't one hit the KO this thing, and this thing is certainly going to outspeed me. So I did decide to go into Mellow here. I'm not taking any risks, as this thing is going to Mega Evolve, and this thing is quite intimidating to say the least. So this set, I'm also expecting a special move, but incoming Earthquake here, so that's an interesting set. So it's a physical Sceptile, it's a physical Mega Sceptile. Well, that's what I thought at the point. Apparently at the end of this match it was a mixed one. So it has Toxic here, so it has wall breaking abilities as well. I must admit, the set is very unusual, but I must admit I do quite like it, because it's probably able to deal with quite a bit of things with that kind of coverage. Obviously, I'm predicting his fourth move was some kind of dragon move, which he wouldn't use against Mellow, which I don't get to see in this battle, unfortunately. So the Poison is going to do its work, as Leaf Blade is going to come in and do a good chunk of damage to me, as I was getting the aromatherapy off. I didn't think it would do so much, but that does a lot to Mellow, considering Mellow is very bulky. So Samson wakes up, I wake up, and I'm like, okay, that is pretty good for me. So at least aromatherapies woke Samson up as well, so I've hit two birds with one stone. So I do decide to switch out here, as Mellow is definitely getting out of there, because I'm not want to take another Leaf Blade. Samson is going to come in. So Leaf Blade's going to come in, it's going to do good chunk of damage to me. It's not very effective, of course, being a grass move, but the Rocky Helmet damage with the poison is going to start whittling this thing away. So Earthquake's going to come in, it's going to do a lot of damage, which I knew would happen at the time. So I go for the Rock to reduce this thing's speed. Poison's going to be able to finish this thing off. At the minute I'm thinking, okay, Samson's probably the least useful thing on my team here, so Samson is going to have to go. So this Hooper comes in here, I'm like, oh great, I don't verse many Hoopers, so this is going to be interesting. So it goes straight for a Shadow Ball, that's well going to finish me off. I'm not very good in special defense. I actually have no special defense investment, and it's the lowest it can be on this set. It was just the set I got at the time. So I did decide to go for a Protect here. So Sharpedo is going to protect itself and get that speed boost, which I much need. Now I'm going to be pretty much able to outspeed everything on this team. So I do go for the Crunch here. That's going to finish this thing off, being 4 times super effective. I was kind of wondering on stream if it'd finish at this point, but then I remembered, oh yeah, it's typing, it's 4 times weak to Dark. So I get a speed increase there. I don't need to Mega Evolve. So I'm thinking, is it worth staying in? Because this is a grass type, and I don't think I'll be able to kill it. So I do decide to switch. I go into Mellow here, because this thing is going to be special attacking, but I don't think it'd be able to kill me. It goes for a Giga Drain, and I do get the Predict. It's not able to kill me. At least if he went for 2 Scowls in a row there, I think he would have definitely killed off Mellow, but I was certainly glad Mellow did not go down there, as Mellow comes in very useful in this match. So Scowl's going to be incoming here. I don't get burned, thank God for that, and Synthesis is going to kick in. So at this point, it's getting to the point, quite a stalling point, is he's going to try to whittle me down, as I'm just going to try and live here. I need to think of a plan at this point on stream. I'm thinking, okay, I'm doing well to get back into this match, but I'm not entirely in it yet. But unfortunately, I get burned, which is not good for me, as I'm going to recover some health. At least I'm recovering more health than he's taking away now, but that burn's going to slowly change that side. So I'm back up to full, nearly back up to full, sorry. For now, I'm going to get burnt again. This Ludicolo's just going to troll my life here. It's actually really interesting to see Ludicolo. As I said, this was a really interesting team to verse. As I say, anyone who brings a load of non-UU monster UU has certainly got some balls, to say the least. So Poison's going to kick in. I'm going to just be able to poison this thing. Hopefully it's not going to be too much damage to me. It's trying to go for Giga Drain, obviously wanting to recover some health with that Life Orb, obviously chipping away at him, because he knows he's in the gun for the long haul as well. So Giga Drain's going to kick in, do quite a bit of damage. It's going to be... it's not going to do too much. It's doing a lot to me, considering I'm special defensive ball, but I know I can bulk this out at this point. So I'm looking pretty healthy here. I've got some more lefties recovery, which is pretty much what I need at this point, as the poison's going to do even more damage. So this Dancing Rush is taking quite a bit of damage, which I do like the name. So I get the really good predictor. I had a gut feeling you'd switch, and you've got to trust your gut when you're playing Pokemon. And he goes into his Flygon here, as you know the Stealth Rocks are going to go in, so at least if he's Focus Sash, that isn't happening anymore. As I go for a Moonblast, and I do a huge chunk of damage to this thing, nearly killing it off. Like if I had any special attack investment, I probably would have killed that thing off. So incoming Earthquake here, that's going to do a butt ton of damage to me. I'm wondering what the set was on that Flygon as well, as I just decided to go for a Moonblast, and that is one dead Flygon, which is a shame because I like the shiny Flygon. Shiny Flygon in blue is cool. I wish Shiny Spindle was blue, because then it'd be the Ward Warrior. So burn damage is going to chip in. I'm not at the best health here. It's incoming to my time, the bane of my life, this thing. So I'm thinking, okay, he's just going to Flare Blitz me and kill me off, and if he wants to try to protect the switch or anything like that, I'm just going to stay in, you know, that kind of stuff. So he goes for a U-turn, protecting a switch. At this point I'm thinking, well, Mellow's as good as dead. So at least I've got him down to 2 Pokemon here. So Poison's going to whittle in, as I'm just going to go straight for a Moonblast to try and finish this thing off. But unfortunately it doesn't kill, which kind of sucks. So Mellow's going to take a little bit more damage here, as I'm like, okay, Mellow, you've done really great this match, but unfortunately it's time for you to die. But the very communist attitude for that, I've had your use now, you know, die. So dead Mellow, dead Mellow, which is a shame, as Dancing Rush is unfortunately going to go down as well. And basically, I knew I've got the match in the bag. After Stealthy, this thing's going to take a huge chunk of damage, and I do have the E-Speed on this Lucario, so thankfully I'm able to finish off this match with an E-Speed. So Lucario saving my backside again. So thank you all for watching. This has been Spin94. Remember, if you liked the video, remember to like, share, subscribe, all that rubbish. And of course, I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day, everyone.